Justin, Clifford, there's been, a lot of, focus on the relationship, between both of your characters lately, especially in the show and, World Heroes Mission kind of, puts that story on hold. So, with that in mind, like this movie must have been kind of, refreshing from an active perspective since you guys, don't have to talk about, One for All anymore and kind of explore other avenues, right?
Right. To be fair, Deku and Bakugo had their fun in the second movie, and quite a bit of it. So it's only fair we let some other folks get the spotlight. But yeah, their relationship and budding friendship and rivalry has always been one of the major selling points. Personally, as a fan of the show and the material, and to see how far they've come in a relatively short time, all things considered, is really rewarding, and it's just I'm grateful to see how far they've come. So yeah, in the movie, it's nice to see them generally on the same page. There's some communication that needs to be worked out, but otherwise they're kind of just on the same side for the most part and working together. So good on them.
Yeah, I think that's one of the cool elements of this film is where we are in the series now. 113 episodes in, I believe. And, in our third film, we have seen their dynamic grow so much. And so to see a situation painted where Deku's accused of mass murder and being involved in this sort of like conspiracy sort of situation, and Bakugo and Todoroki are just trying to catch up, but Bakugo never seems convinced that he's never convinced that what the news reports are saying are true. It's always a little bit of like, well, what's really going on? What's happening with Deku? And, how do I get there and how do we solve this problem? So it's cool to see us move past sort of that sort of point in their relationship of there's trust between them now. And it's cool to see it reflected in this film.
Cool. Yeah, definitely. And so, Justin, I know you're doing other roles and acting with other characters, but I know in this, My Hero Academia setting, and we've kind of touched on this earlier. This, movie is a definite shift for you since, Midoriya, he's mostly interacting with Ryan Levy's character. Right. And I think, since I've seen previous interviews with you, I know since you read ahead, did you learn anything about Midoriya that you didn't, know already, especially from that awesome scene in the cave?
Yeah, exactly. Deku, one of his greatest strengths is his kindness and his willingness to accept people and their circumstances when, sometimes the world at large is a little hesitant to. Rhodey is someone on sort of the fringes of society, and they might not have even interacted if not for sort of unlikely circumstances surrounding this movie. So to see them learn to see eye to eye, and for Deku to just extend his empathy to someone who very few people would otherwise is really special. So getting to see their relationship sort of blossom in this movie and them get to learn more about each other and more about sort of the world outside of Deku's original home is it's really satisfying, for me as portraying the character. And I think viewers are going to feel the same way. It's just gratifying to see him interacting in a more international environment.
Yeah, definitely. So Clifford, to you, you're always yelling as Bakugo. Definitely. Especially in this movie, you seem to be doing more than usual. Don't tell me what to do. Does that hurt after a while, especially in this movie? There's a lot of yelling going on.
Yes. There's always a certain point where it's like, all right, I think that's as much as we're going to get today, and I'll try and push past it. But fortunately, Colleen Klinkenbeard, our voice director, she's very aware of it, being a very accomplished actor herself. She has been through that ringer many, many times, and she kind of knows when to pull the brake. She'll let me try it, but she'll know to be like, nope, we're done. And we recorded this film in two sessions, and where I recorded pretty much all of the movie up until the fight in the first session, where, which was cool because there's a lot more introspective, a lot more calm, a lot more intellectual, sort of analytical dialogue in that. And there are some fights and some yelling and whatnot, because of course it's Bakugo. But then we did the whole finale fight, the climactic fight of this film, in the second session by itself. So that I had a few days of rest. I think I had maybe a week between sessions. So I came in as rested as possible, and I was able to really tear into the final fight as best I could, and give it all I had. And man, for what was only another 2-hour session at the end of that movie, for that fight, man, it really took all I had. I'll say that. So.
Definitely. Okay, so it looks like we have 1 minute left, so I'll switch over to Justin really quick. Yeah. So I mean, at least from a fan perspective, not to bash anything, but I was kind of hoping some more with more interactions with Lucy's character Ochako, because I'm rooting for both of you guys to finally get together or something. I mean, are you in that same headspace? Or are you and Lucy like, come on, Midoriya, Ochako?
I mean, I think there's plenty of evidence that they're super good friends, and Uraraka was one of the first students to really take a chance on him. So of course I'm always rooting for them to have some team ups and moments together. But otherwise, it's hard everyone's character is someone's favorite out there. So I wish they could all, I wish I could spend 10 hours and have a moment for every character in the series in a movie. But, it is what it is.
Cool. Definitely. Well, thank you very much, guys. I guess we're all out of time. So, I mean, this was really great. I appreciate your time.